welcome to my podcast, The Happy Hacker with Ambition. It's all about me, my pony Indy, Eek and Tia, and my friend Laura and her daughter Lucy and their ponies. What we get up to, all the problems we have owning ponies, and everything else that goes with horse ownership. Hi, welcome back to The Happy Hacker with Ambition. Today is all about buying a saddle. A jump saddle. I know, sit down everybody. The Dressage Diva has completely gone astray and has purchased a jump saddle. So, I was alluding to it the other week. Justine had said to me it was a good idea. Laura and I'd been thinking about it but hadn't vocalised it. I'm doing more and more jumping and the GP is perhaps not as suitable for more jumping than I have been doing. So I thought, well, I've got a lovely little Wintec dressage saddle which fits Indy beautifully, little 16.5 brown one, and I was looking for a little Wintec jump saddle, and after a lot of discussions it led me down to the Saddlebank website. Now, Saddlebank, you'll be able to find it, is in the UK if you're listening to this anywhere else, and they offer a lot actually. You have a 5-day, you buy a saddle, they sell saddles as well, they sell second-hand saddles. They are actually, I would recommend them as a little bit of a stop to go and have a look at, or if you've got a saddle to sell, perhaps go to them for that. I put a question to them. I had a couple of hours to spare and I was doing some research, and I was looking at it and I sent them a message, and rather than just message me back, they phoned me, which I thought was really good, and we had a good discussion, and I got to chat to their saddle fitter as well, and we had a really good chat about what my requirements were, what my standard was, where I was coming from, and it was really interesting. She allayed a couple of fears that I had about my little saddle that I was looking at, and I've actually gone and I purchased a Wintec Heart 500 jump saddle in brown, 16.5 inch, for my lovely little pony Indy. Now, this is the first brand new saddle I've had for Indy. We've had second-hand ones previously. You know, her dressage saddle is second-hand. It was only a year old when I bought it, so that was a really good buy. Her GP was second-hand as well. That was a little bit older, but you know, it was a nice little saddle. They fit her, they suit her. When she's been checked by the saddle fitter, they all agree that it's the right saddle for her, so I'm quite happy with that. Obviously, Wintec have changed their design a little bit, so I was a little bit like, I'm not sure how that will fit, because it has this heart technology in it. For me, the most important thing is that really fits that little pony, and it fits her well, and it's not causing her an issue. It was interesting. So I spoke to their saddle fitter, and then I bought a brand new saddle online, which is not something I would normally do or normally even recommend, but with the Saddlebank you have a 5-day trial period. So once your saddle comes, you have 5 days to try the saddle, and if it's not right, and you can get, you know, obviously when you know your saddle is coming, you want your saddle fitter to come, or you can arrange a saddle fitting with the Saddlebank as well, because they are saddle fitters. You can try it, and if you don't like it, you can return it, and then you get your money back, and you can, I think it's just postage you lose on it, but you'd have to check out their website. So I sat there, I thought, well, that's really what I want to do. I want to try the little saddle so I can make sure that I'm, you know, and to be perfectly honest, 5 days is longer than you get in a saddle fitting normally when you're buying a big saddle. I mean, I've spent thousands on saddles, and normally you get like an hour if you're lucky. Think about it, guys. So it is good if you know what you want. If your saddle fitter has recommended a saddle to you but they don't have one, and they've said go look for this, I would definitely say go to the saddle bank, because they will advise you. So my little saddle came, it was packed brilliantly, it was delivered, I have to say, delivery from DPD, that's a dyslexic's nightmare, I have to say you. DPD is not an easy thing for me to say. They delivered it when they said, they delivered it 2 minutes in their first hour of delivery. It came, I was really pleased with it, really, really happy, overjoyed to be honest. I swapped over my leather girth straps from my GP, tried it, I measured her, I did all the saddle fitting checks that I've always done. I also I templated her as well, but that's just me doing that. You could make, you need the professional to do that for you. And I used the Wintec guide as well. When I checked the saddle fit and when I wanted the right width in the gullet, I checked it with the numner that we use. And that's what you need to remember, because so many people buy a saddle, have it all beautifully fitted by a saddle fitter, and then they put a great big thick numner underneath it. Now I do have a wool numner, half numner underneath Indy, and that's how I fitted that saddle. And she goes very nicely in that, and it just helps. So that's the one that I fitted it to. It came out as the right width. And on I went, and I have to tell you, it's a lovely little saddle. Laura was sitting with me the first time I got on it, because she said to me, I know you're a little bit nervous about trying it, but what I really wanted was, it wasn't really the nerves, what it really was that what I really wanted to do was get somebody else to look at the saddle, to see, I don't know, stand behind me, is the saddle moving from side to side, was it? Because although if you're used to that, doing that, then it's, you wouldn't necessarily feel it. But it actually didn't move. She went extremely nicely in it. I've jumped her in it, which is great, and I've worked her in it. When I first got on, I said to Laura, I feel a bit far forward, and she just laughed at me. Okay, so I bought a saddle. Wintec aren't as, I think everybody thinks a Wintec's about £100, where it wasn't £100. It was a few pennies more than that. And I actually, I always buy things I haven't got any money. So I bought my saddle outright. Very happy with it. Very, very happy with the service that I got from the Saddle Bank. Would recommend, and indeed have actually recommended them. Their knowledge is unbelievable. They do have a saddle fitter at the Saddle Bank, which was great, so I had a good chat with her. I just am very impressed with the service, and if you're looking to buy a new or second-hand saddle, I would have a look at them online, because they're very good to have a chat to, and they take it very seriously. They're based in Peterborough, and I'm just very impressed, actually. I don't think I can sing their praises enough. Just going to add a little bit to the end of my saddle thing. I've just taken Eek and Tia's rugs off, and it is a joy to see a 28, nearly 29-year-old pony have a really good roll, shake and get up, and then just look at you and go, yeah, that's what I wanted, Mum. Thank you so much for listening to The Happy Hacker with Ambition. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. By subscribing to your podcast provider, that helps me make more podcasts. Thank you so much.